The Underwood family from Dallas, Texas, visit the grave of Grandpa Underwood in the American Cemetery at Madingley, Cambridgeshire. None of them ever met Ken Sr., not even his own son, because Second Lieutenant Kenneth Underwood was just 23 when he crashed his fighter into a field near Bury St Edmunds in 1944, less than 2 months before his wife, Alice, gave birth to baby Ken back home.
What happened was, when he was killed, it was in a non-combat flying situation. She could not understand why he was out flying when he didn't have to be. And so she was very angry with him.
Worse yet, rumors came through that Ken Sr. had been hot-dogging or racing another pilot when he lost control of his P-38 Lightning fighter. Throughout his life, young Ken was haunted by a need to know the truth, especially when he discovered US government records censored the cause of the accident. Years of letter writing and making contacts through veterans associations led him to this spot near Bury St Edmunds 48 years to the day since his father's plane hurtled out of control across this field and smashed into this tree.
I didn't know that it was a tree until 1988, when I received photographs, copies from the Air Force, and it showed a tree burned off up so high on the bark. And it was a memory, and it burned into my mind, and I said, I'm going to find that tree. For 48 years, I dreamed of this, wanting to find it. Now I found it, I feel very comfortable. I know what happened in my own mind more so now, and yes, it's been a wonderful thing for me.
Ken was helped by a local man who'd witnessed the crash as a boy and went to the scene with his brother on their bicycles.
We got in amongst the bits and pieces, my brother and I, as was always our habit, picking up ammunition and things like this. And amongst all the other larger pieces, we found this rudder pedal, which in those days was quite a large piece from a crash of this nature. We've kept this for many, many years, not realizing its significance to someone like Ken until the correspondence that finally linked us with him. And we were very pleased to be able to give him this when he crossed the Atlantic in 1992.
It took the author of the new book, which features Ken's story, just a few minutes to unearth more fragments of the P-38. Ken has gathered enough evidence to convince himself that there'd been nothing dishonorable about his father's death. He'd been ordered to practice low-level strafing maneuvers.
He wasn't hot-dogging, he wasn't showing off, he was practicing, he was getting ready for extremely dangerous low-level maneuvers after D-Day. They knew that they'd have to have low ground cover support for the troops, and he was just doing his duty.
And I don't think we should forget those people at all, and that's exactly what the book's attempting to do. It's taking their stories, it's remembering that behind every crash that occurred in this countryside, there was a family, there was perhaps a son like Ken, far away, who never knew his dad.
Suddenly, the years are stripped away for Ken with a discovery by the farmer who owns the land where the plane went down.
Well, I've just walked out into the other field, and on the surface I picked up this piece of leather, which apparently was the Father Underwood's flying boot, or remains of.
Again, you know, you can't put odds on this.
No.
You know, I have to tell you, just a few minutes ago, I was looking out over the field and I looked up and I said, Ted, are you here? Are you here today? I think you are. Can you bring this to me?
Well, it's a connection with your father.
Yes.
He was a hero.